Hello, Lee here from Trading College. On this video, we're going to talk about trading psychology. I think it's a massive part in trading, and I think what we're going to talk about today hopefully will help you become a better trader. The reason I'm doing this video, and this is completely off the cuff, this video, I've literally just thought I'm going to actually share this with you guys out there, because I've just been on the phone for about an hour with somebody who has been trading the markets for about a year now, but never really consistently making any money as a trader. I got an email, don't know this person, he is a business owner, lives up in Leeds, pinged me an email, heard about us here at Trading College, and I've been on the phone to him for about 1 hour talking about his trading. And so we're going to talk about the 5 things that we got out of that call, which hopefully could help you guys as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. We're really trying to grow it and give you as much free information as possible. Okay, so the call went a little bit like this. I've been trading for about a year now, and basically, I get the entries wrong, and I lose money, and I lose confidence, and the trade goes in my direction eventually, and so on. Okay, and the strategies that he is using, he's using his own trading strategies. They seem to work, but he's still not making any money. And so, from a coaching point of view, I can completely relate to him, because if you go back to my professional football career, at the age of like 19, playing at Anfield. And I was such a young lad then, coming out onto the pitch at Anfield in front of 30-odd thousand people playing for Portsmouth, and basically just choking completely. And I can relate that to people that sometimes start trading. It's, you have all the skills. Now, I had the skill as the professional football player to perform, but I didn't have the mindset, the psychology coaching around it at the age of 19. And in professional football, in the 80s, there was no psychologist at all. So it was all about your skill level that got you to where you were. There was no mindset coaching or self-development in that area. So I lacked the psychological side of being a professional football player. Now, you had to learn it quickly, and I went off and got some training, not from a sports psychologist, but actually from a counsellor. And literally sitting on a bed and talking through why I choked in that game. So I needed to get the help. And I think it relates to trading as well. You start trading, let's say you go from no experience to then day one of your trading, and you're starting to lose money or you're starting to make money. It has an impact on you mentally, especially if you're making loads of money, because how do you deal with keeping that money? Which is key. So you do need the training with around the mindset with trading as well. And it's like any other profession out there: football, business owner, trader. I mean, if you're performing on stages, presenting, and you do need that mindset coaching. So we got into the conversation even more. And as a coach, you start asking more and more questions. And really, when you ask more questions, the truth actually comes out. And, as I've been taught being a coach, I'm qualified coach in trading, technical analysis, and sports psychology as well, and personality profiling. So when you ask more questions to a client, you find the truth. It takes 5 questions to get to the truth. And when you dig deep, you realize that it's not necessarily the trading strategy. I'm probably going to say something very controversial here. I'm open to debate on this. But I've coached many people in trading as well as other things. Is that it's not normally the strategy, it's the emotion that goes alongside trading as it is. Why do people make so much money in a demo account, and then when they go live, they literally lose it or can't handle a real live trading account? And I've just literally got back from a morning cycling, and I am a complete new cyclist on a race bike. Now, these race bikes go really fast, by the way. And I've ridden a bike like every person has from a childhood. But going fast on a race bike, if you've ever experienced it, it's actually quite nerve-wracking, especially when you're older and you're getting above 50 like me. So you're not experiencing it. I'm going like really fast down this hill. You get a bit nervous and the emotion kicks in, and fear is a bigger emotion than greed, and so it becomes nerve-wracking. Now, if I do that hill on that race bike 20 times, then the emotion's going to disappear, isn't it? Because I'm used to it. I've seen it loads and loads of times, and that's what it's like with a trader. When they start off, if they don't see the pattern or the strategy enough, they're not used to it. They're in uncharted territory here, and they get really nervous. Okay, so let's sort of talk about the 5 things that I wrote down after this call that could help you. I personally think there's up into the 80% is trading psychology. I think a lot of strategies work. I think the person, and I did this 17 years ago, 18 now, the emotion gets to you in trading and you let the strategy lose, or that the strategy ends up losing because you didn't follow it very well. And if you're honest with yourself, do you follow the strategy well? Do you follow the strategy? But we're going to try and hopefully help you here and see a way of following the strategy to the best of your ability. So first things first, okay, when you're starting to trade, I don't think that you can go from zero, no trading experience at all, to trading off a 5-minute chart as a day trader. I think that's really hard to do. You need time to get used to a speed of a chart of 5 minutes. 5 minutes can be really fast for people. And you need to make decisions quickly. Do less, make more. Look at daily charts, weekly charts, even monthly charts, which we use with our blue whale trades, where we go for these big monster multiple month swings in the markets, in FX stocks as well. So, don't day trade, do swing trading. Do more training, okay, go through the course and do more training, which is a lot of work to do, but then trade less. What people do, and I've seen, is they do more trading and less training. So they don't do the training. They just do loads of trading because they want to make money and they're excited. They want to get into it and they want to trade and want to put some trades on, see what it feels like. Do the training first. If you do the training, then you get the results, but it's still not guaranteed. So do the training, put the training in. As a professional football player, I wouldn't just run out onto the pitch playing in front of 30,000 people without being fit or have done the training that week. So do the training. You will get so much more out of it. Whatever course you're doing, whatever training you are taking, make sure you do the training before you start placing live trades, okay? Because if you do live trades from the start and you've got no training, it's going to mess you up mentally, because fear will grow, will take place within your head, taking a losing trade, and then all sorts of bad things happen. You don't want to be doing that. So a little tip here, turn off your P&L as well. All right, so turn off your P&L. So first things first, do the training. Second thing, turn off your P&L. What's your P&L? Your profit and loss. So if I'm making a really good trade at the moment. I'm in a swing trade with the German DAX. I'm up about £24,000. But I've not looked at that trade or the account or the P&L for that trade for about 2 days. I'm just looking at the charts. If I start looking at the P&L, it might have gone to 60,000, 30,000. It might have gone down to 15,000. But as long as the trend's still there, my strategy, my exit strategy hasn't shown itself yet, then I'm just going to stay in the trade. So turn off your P&L. Okay, so turn off your P&L, which is a really good one. Back test. This is one thing that really helped me when I first started, and then it gave me the secret of trading. Back test your strategy manually. Don't get lazy. Back test. How do you back test? Find your strategy. Let's say it's just a MACD crossover of those moving averages, those lines. Get a piece of A4 paper and write down the middle a tick. Well, write down at the top. Write down a tick and a cross. and give yourself a stop loss distance, give yourself a first profit target. And I would suggest you do a 1-to-1 risk reward for it to be a winning trade. So if you've got a 50-point stop, have a 50-point profit target, because if it goes 150 pips profit, then that's a bonus, okay? But we want to know that the strategy makes money with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio to start with. Forget about spreads and costs at the moment. Tick and a cross. If the trade makes money, it's a tick. All right. If it loses, if you get stopped out 50 pips, it's a stop. It's a stop out. So that you get a cross alongside it there. And at the end of it, see how many winning trades. If you have 50% winners, 50% losers, I would get rid of the strategy. But the reason why I'll get rid of a strategy with 50% winners and 50% losers is, you're going to struggle, I think, mentally having that amount of losing trades as a retail trader. You want a high proportion of winning trades as a retail trader, in my opinion, because I think it would be easy on you to have more winning traders, which leads to more confidence to you to actually continue trading. So make sure you back test, go through the charts, see how many signals you had, and go back as long as your eyes can handle it, and do it maybe for a few days. This will be really, really good for you. Now, it also builds confidence, and it also gets into that subconscious mind of what the strategy is. And one of the things, if I start speaking to somebody and they're saying they have a couple of days drawdown on some trades, what's the strategy you're using? And if they say they can't answer that, then you know that they don't know the strategy. All right, so make sure you know the strategy inside out. Maybe have one strategy to start with, but then do the back testing, because that will build confidence for you. All right. Another one here, number 3, or maybe it's number 4, I've lost count. We're into this now, so I'm going to continue. This is one thing that came out of this conversation with the gentleman was, as soon as he opens his charts in the morning, he starts trading. He just starts trading. So literally, he gets his cup of tea, charts are open, and now he places his first trade. Well, that's not quite what it should be like, is it? Your analysis, your running your scanners and so on, is part of your trading, not just placing the trade. People think that trading is just trading, placing the trade. It isn't. It's analysis, running scanners, trend lines, looking at your strategy. What's the environment like? Are you looking for news to come out? What's the fundamentals like in this stock? What's the FX news coming out today? So do some analysis, and then when the setup and strategy signals, you place the trade. And this is important. When you place the trade, you place the trade without any reservation or hesitation. Now, Mark Douglas said that, Trading in the Zone. He basically said that, you place the trade, and this is what I'm talking about, the secret of trading. You place the trade without any emotion or thought of the outcome. Because if you're too worried about the outcome, and I know it's difficult to not think about taking a winning trade, but your success is based on how good you are at following the trading strategy. Now, if the trading strategy is 80% winning trades, then you will make money out of your sample size. You will make money out of your trading strategy. But if you say, okay, there's my strategy appearing on my charts, and now, I don't fancy this trade, I'm not going to take this one. You're now you're breaking the rules, and you're now not doing what you're trained to do, which is place the trade when your trading strategy appears. Bolt money management and risk management onto it, and then you have no more control over that trade. The only thing you have control over now is your risk parameters, how much you risk, and your trading stop. Now you should go into autopilot. Okay, so you should go into autopilot because you're trained on the strategy, you know what to do. But if you don't, take the trade because it's based on, the fear, because you've had a few losing trades, now you're trading with emotion. You have to stop trading, take a break, back test, go and sit in a coffee shop, get your laptop and just go through the strategy. It will build your confidence immensely. It really did help me as well. And I wouldn't, if there's an automated system that runs back testing strategies and gives you data on the results, I would not do that. I would do it manually because it will help you subconsciously going forward here. All right. So back testing is, really important. It builds confidence for you. And don't think about the outcome. I think it's number 5 here. Anything can happen in trading. Nobody knows what's going to happen the next second, let alone unless you're Goldman Sachs, probably, who run the markets. But that's a flippant comment, by the way. But you don't know what's going to happen next. Take yourself out of it. Maybe a little thing like this. I don't know, when you come to your charts, now you are the trader. Once you get up and go off and finish for the day or walk away from your chart, now you're back to being John, Helen, whoever. All right. But once you put that trading hat on, it's now you're in your trading mode, and you have got to take the trading strategies. You've got to, when they appear, you've got to take it. I remember sitting in the cockpit of a BA flight going to, I think I was going to Florida, and the captain, just as he was getting ready to take off, we were all belts were on, we were just on the runway, he put his cap on. And now he's become the pilot and the captain, I suppose, and that's what that was his trigger. And I'm not saying put a cap on, but what I'm saying is, like, once you get your screens and your charts, now you are the trader. And I'm going to, try and give you number 6 here. I know this video's gone on for a long time. I hope it helps in some way. And if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure you will disagree on a lot of stuff because you've got your own experiences. Is that we do a lot of personality profiling with people here at Trading College. And so, everybody's different. And you're not going to get the same results as John down the road who's doing the same strategy as you necessarily. Because, I find that when I started profiling people individually, it was the light bulb moment for me. And I wish I'd known this as a professional football player for 17 odd years, because it would have made me realise why I made the decisions that I made. But, some people are very bullish. They will, very vocal, will very competitive, will overtrade and want to be right and the market's wrong. Some people that I've coached, I can give you an example of somebody I coached 18 months ago, and she's finished her program now. She was very, very nervous about placing live trades, and she had demo traded for quite a few months. And, I pushed her to sort of live trade. She knew all the strategies, she knew all the risk management around it. And she started trading live with small amounts, and then we started to increment that up, get it higher with position sizing as she started to grow the account. And she looked back and she thought, why on earth didn't I do that right at the start? And I suppose she is an individual. She didn't want to take the risk, and she's a very cautious person. She's not like a very high aggressive type vocal person who's the Donald Trumps of these worlds, and let's not go down there, but can't be wrong. She was very humble, and so that was really good for her. She needed just a little bit of a push. And then there's other personality types that we worked with for many years now, where they're very analytical and they're very detailed orientated. But if you don't know that, your style of trading, you're looking for perfection every single time you place a trade, then you will get analysis paralysis, and you'll be looking at so many variables on a trade, you won't end up taking any trades. And that's the opposite to the aggressive, vocal person that, I'm right type of trader. There's the other end of it where, you're very technical, you're very detail orientated, and you want perfection before the trade gets taken. And so you'll never trade, and then you'll end up getting frustrated with yourself. And that type of person may get frustrated with others. So there's a lot of stuff going on. To summarize the whole thing, keep it simple, do your homework, do your training, keep it simple, and then try and replicate it in a live trading environment. I know it's really difficult when you go live, but the demo account is there for not to just learn about the platform, but it is to learn how you are any good. Are you any good at actually placing those trades? Test yourself. Can you place 20 trades that your strategy shows itself to the best of your ability. You're going to make mistakes, but look back at those 20 trades and you can think, yeah, I followed the trading strategy that I've been taught and I'm using, and here's my results. Can you follow the strategy? Can you not get deviated away from something else? You know, does something else grab your attention? Do you run around and start looking at other things before those 20 trades have been completed? Have you got the discipline to do that? Because if you have, and you do those 20 trades, bingo. Now we've got to start replicating it in a live trading environment. I'll do that in your demo account. So I think more than 5 things there, guys, and you know, very much up for discussion and talking about this, because if you crack this, and I'm not talking about being a super trader where you've got the most amazing mindset. You don't have to be that good at trading to make money, but you certainly have to be good and understand the psychology around it. I think a lot of people look for trading systems and strategies, but they don't realize that there's a little bit of work to be done on the mindset and the psychology. All right. Probably waffled on. I hope it helps. Put some comments down below if you want to. I'm sure people will disagree, but that's me coaching people for many, many years, not just in trading, but in other areas as well in life, okay, and other skills. And you know, and there's no harm getting a mentor. I've got a mentor, you know, in other parts in business, sport, fitness, or whatever, coaches. And I think that's the quick way to success if you have somebody mentoring you and holding your hand, because trading can be a very lonely business, especially if you're sitting in your office at home and you've got to make a decision. It's really important you get in front of a community to get that help and support. So if you like the video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, guys, because we're going to be doing loads more videos this year.